Hey everybody, today we're going to be talking about the Zomee Z2. All right, there's a few different versions of this pump floating around out there, so we'll talk about that. This pump is known for being a really budget-friendly option, a nice little portable pump. We also see it a lot for free via insurance companies or on DME sites or things like that. So this is going to be a good one to talk about today, some of the pros and the cons. We'll also go through how to set it up and things like that if you already have this pump, kind of who it's good for, what some of the limitations are, things like that. Kind of help you figure out, is this the right pump for you and how do we use it effectively? If you're still looking to choose a pump, there's a really great quiz down below. I highly recommend you take it. It'll give you a lot of good suggestions on the type of pump, and it'll give you our top recommendations, some coupon codes, things like that. If you're new here, my name is Allison Tolman. I'm a breast pump expert and a coach for working moms. We talk a lot about breast pumps and pumping on this channel, so hopefully you're subscribed if pumping will be part of your life. That's our main focus here. A few years ago, we developed a custom device with an engineer, and we've been testing and gathering data on breast pumps for a long time. I think we have over 100 breast pumps in our closet at the moment, and that's where a lot of the data we're going to be sharing today with you has come from our own testing on a lot of these pumps. I'm also the founder of the Pumping for Working Moms coaching program, which is a long-term coaching program designed to help career-driven women find a balance between pumping and their career so they can still meet their breastfeeding goals. If that's of interest to you, there is a link down below to learn more information about that. Let's dive into the Zomee Z2. All right, this is a closed system pump. This pump has been around for a while. Like I said, I often see it a lot on DME sites or for free through your insurance, and sometimes it is kind of the best option in the portable pump category from those lists. Something that the Zomee Z2 is known for is for its alternating suction pattern. So most pumps go together when they're suctioning. The Zomee Z2 goes alternating, so it's going left, right, left, right. That was wrong. Left, right, left, right. That makes sense. So it's alternating sides. Some moms really like that. And the idea was that it's supposed to help remove milk quicker than some of the other pumps. And some moms really like that. Previously, the cycle speeds on this were really, really fast. And so a lot of moms didn't even notice that it was doing that. But it is going left, right, left, right. I think this pump is usually about $189. There's consistently 10% off coupon codes everywhere. I think we have one. I'll have my affiliate manager put one down below if we do. But a really kind of affordable pump in the portable category. They do have a 2-year warranty. And I've talked with this company several times. They are really good about honoring that as often as they can. This pump has been kind of known for emptying moms more quickly. And I think kind of that alternating suction pattern comes into play there. But sometimes we have seen a little bit of a problem with moms not pumping enough, so if it empties you really, really quickly, sometimes you do need to pump just a little bit longer to keep that stimulation going. But for the most part, this tends to be a pretty good little pump. There has been a couple of updates on this pump over the years. I actually had a chat with the company just to kind of get really clear on which changes have been done and when and things like that. Nothing I think is going to make like a huge difference. And actually the newest version that's out is one that I really like. I kind of like some of the changes that they've made. It can be a little bit hard to know which model of pump you have. I have this one. This is the Zomee Z2 from 2002. So this is a couple years old now at the time that I'm filming this. If you look at the words here, you can see a little bit of difference in the newer one. This one is 2024 that I've gotten. So you can see the labels are a bit different here. But even with this newer kind of label style, I think there's been a couple of just minor changes. Again, not something that I would stress about if you're new to pumping. Like, we're going to talk about the version that you will likely get now, and it's fine. But if you've used it in the past, or if you've gotten a replacement part or a replacement pump because yours has died or something and notice that it's a little bit different, just know that is a thing. There have been a couple of little updates there. Okay, previously when we talked about this pump, we've mentioned that the cycle speeds go up to 220 in stimulation mode and kind of down from there. The newer pump that you're going to get if you get something like this now does not go that fast, right? Which again is not a problem. That's really, really fast and kind of one of the faster ones on the market that we see too. I did another video recently talking about cycle speeds, suction patterns. It was a really nerdy video, but I'll put it down below for you, just kind of explaining some of those details. This pump that I have right now, I think was doing about 140 cycles per minute on the stimulation mode. I do think that the newest version has been brought down a little bit to about 110. So, and as you turn up the suction, the cycle speeds go down. Again, not uncommon, especially on portable pumps. That's a really common thing, but it does go down to about 60 in stimulation mode if you're using the maximum suction, which, to be honest, not a lot of people are using the maximum suction. So still plenty fast and in the ranges that I even like to see. Expression mode cycles are between 30 and 100, really big range and really standard with a lot of other pumps you're going to see. One of the ways you can know if you have one of the more recently updated ones is there will be 9 vacuum levels in stimulation mode. So in the first mode that you turn it on, if you can turn it all the way up to 9, then you have one of the more recent updated models, okay? If it only goes up to 5 or 6, I can't remember, but it was somewhere in there, it's a little bit older model. This update has been around for almost a year now, to be honest. So sometimes it just takes a little bit of time to get things rolled out, especially when you're talking about DME companies. They have stock that they've got from old pumps, so they're going to sell out of their old stock before they start the new stock. Same with like Amazon or companies like that. So it just takes a little bit of time for all of these new updates and new models to hit the market, which is, it's fine. That's just kind of like how selling products works at the moment, okay? So no big deal. There are 3 modes on this pump, okay? There's a stimulation mode, which is where you're gonna initiate that letdown. There's an expression mode, and then there's a mixed mode, which is really nice. One of the common complaints with the previous version of the pump, which was functioning at a really high cycle speed, was that sometimes the nipples could get a little bit desensitized or numb, I wanna say. I don't wanna say that sounds harsh, but just like the stimulation was a lot and it was alternating. And so sometimes it would just kind of get peaked out and multiple letdowns were harder to get to. So they have brought the cycle speeds down, which is nice, but there's also a mixed mode. And this one has changed a little bit too. Previously it was 5 shorter, faster sucks and then 1 long suck. Now it's 5 and 5. I'll play that now for you so you can kind of hear what that's like. You can hear how it switched to the longer one. And now it'll go back to the shorter one. This can be a really good mode for initiating a second, third, fourth letdown. And if you're not having that many letdowns in a pumping session, that might be something you want to work on. That's something we actually work on with our clients quite often, is being able to trigger letdowns really intentionally and as many as possible in a pumping session. But that mixed mode can be a really nice option for you, especially after that first letdown. You've got the milk out and you need to try and initiate another one. A lot of moms really like that there. This pump is pretty user-friendly to use. It's got this M button for modes where you can switch between those 3 modes we just mentioned. Up and down for suction levels, pause and start. Again, the buttons are really clearly labeled, like you're not going to mess it up. There is a night light here where this lights up around the outside here. I don't know why I can't get it to turn on. Anyway, I've had this pump for a while. It's not turning on, but it should, and it has in the past. One of the major downsides of this pump is that the touchscreen is really sensitive. I accidentally turn this pump on all the time, even when I'm just like picking it up or moving it, just because the screen is so sensitive. And I think that's something that they're working on updating. Actually, there's going to be a few more updates on this pump and kind of some of the accessories that it comes with and stuff over the coming months. So I will put anything down in the description or in a pinned comment, new videos that we do when they do upgrade parts or the pump itself. So that'll be kind of exciting. You can watch for that there, but otherwise it's a pretty easy pump to use. It does have a lanyard, although it's really long and not adjustable. And this pump is a little bit big and clunky. Not clunky, but I mean, if you're comparing it to something like the S1 or S2, it's a lot smaller and more portable. But as far as portable pumps go, it's on the bigger side, right? And it's square, so it doesn't hang quite as nice or fit like in a pocket as well, but it is technically a portable pump and works well for that. The flange kit that comes with it is nice. It does have just a few little quirks, you know. If you want to single pump, you'll plug it in just like this with the stopper plugging that second side. If you want to double pump, you'll simply just unplug this and then plug it into. I always usually do single pumping for demonstrations, although most people are double pumping, okay? So it does have a wide mouth bottle on it and a duckbill style valve. I think one of the quirky things about this one is the shield here, okay? So it does come apart, but this size is a little bit bigger than the standard that we see. So if you're gonna order like a off-brand shield because you want a different size or something like that, it's not really gonna fit in there, okay? This is like a Lactec and it's not sealed. It won't fit in. It's like a millimeter too big kind of thing. So you will need to use the shields that come with the Zomee. It is a really long tunnel, so if you have elastic nipples or if you're really struggling with sizing, the tunnel is quite long, which is nice. I also really like the soft silicone around the edges. I wish I'd see that in more pumps. It's also a little bit asymmetrical. I don't know if you can tell, but it's not totally circular, if you can see that. So you can kind of move it around to shape your breast in the way that you want. We also see that on some of the newer Medela shields as well. But I like it. I think it fits well at the breast. You can use inserts here. And actually, one of the nice things about sizing with this pump is that the company will send you new sizes of flanges for free. All right, so all you have to do is submit their little form. I'll try and put the link to the form down there below if you do have this pump, and you just submit it and they'll send you a new size. Okay, so they're really conscious of working on smaller sizes too, like a lot of companies are right now, but inserts do fit well in here too if you want to go that route. So another recent change that they made was they put a little bit stronger, a little bit more high quality battery in it. So hopefully that will last a little bit longer. It's always a good idea not to overcharge your pump. So leaving it plugged in will kind of hurt the battery a little bit in the long term, but they did put a nicer kind of upgraded battery in there as well. This company loves feedback. So if you have any feedback, if you have any troubles with it, please reach out to them. They've made a few changes on this pump over the last couple years. And again, they're subtle changes, and I think that's probably why they don't, say a lot, but they love your feedback. And a lot of these changes were based on feedback they were getting from moms. I actually think the newest model of this pump is actually better than it used to be. So I think at the end of the day, if you want to know kind of my thoughts on this pump, is it on like the top of my list for portable pumps? Probably not. But it sometimes is the best option, especially when we're looking at free pumps through insurances or DMEs and things like that. It is a fine little pump. It's got its little, quirks that it has. It might take a little bit of getting used to. It can be difficult to switch between other pumps just because of how fast the cycle speeds are. The suction has been increased a little bit, which is good. I think previously moms could max out the suction a little bit more easily than they can now. Again, if you're maxing out the suction on your pumps and it's a high quality pump, if it's not, a Amazon cheapie or something like that, then that could be a sign that something else is not quite right. And that's always a good idea to get help from a professional on that too. So a little bit heavy for the lanyard, a little bit bigger than I like to see in a portable pump, although fine, and a very sensitive touchscreen, I think, are some of the cons there. But this is a pump that I do recommend occasionally, just depending on what other pumps are available to a mother. So I hope that kind of helps give you a run through of this pump. If you have any questions, feel free to put them down in the comments below. If you've used this pump, if you like it, if you don't like it, put it down there. I'd love to know your thoughts on it and kind of share those too. If you want any updated videos or extra information on the Zomee Z2, let me know. Otherwise, good luck and happy pumping.